Welcome back. Now, the Halifax Pop Explosion delivers each and every year with great musical events and talent, but what you might not know is that it's actually a growing digital event as well. We were invited there this year to see just what all the buzz is about and to show why you guys might not want to miss it next year. I woke up awfully early this morning.
Yeah.
I'm a little disoriented. I don't exactly know where I am. Could you please inform me as to what's going on around me?
Absolutely. You're at the Digital Lounge for the Halifax Pop Explosion, and specifically part of the HPX Digital Conference, which is basically an add-on to the very successful Pop Explosion event to get us a little bit closer to a sort of a South by Southwest thing. So it's our tech conference, you know, web, mobile, gaming, design, that kind of stuff.
Is there anything that you would like the folks at home to know about specifically about the event?
Yeah, well, we've got the Rocksmith guitar Xbox, guitar controller for Xbox demo, which is awesome, from Longtail today. We've got a Paper Dude, which is using the Kinect motion capture and the Oculus Rift goggles and the kicker system to build a really compelling virtual reality experience built off a total old school game. And we were going to have Google Glass being shown off for us as well by Mike Giovanni. So,
excellent.
yeah.
Awesome. You guys did Rocksmith.
That's correct.
And you are here today with Rocksmith 2014. So this is the second full iteration of Rocksmith.
That's correct. Ubisoft San Francisco did Rocksmith, the original one, which was back in 2010, 2012, I want to say.
Yeah.
And we partnered with them to help produce the Guitarcade part of Rocksmith 2014.
Oh, excellent. What have the responses been like, or what has the responses been like from actual musicians playing this? Do they look at it and say, yes, this is a great teaching tool?
Yeah, we haven't really had it tested with any local musicians in Atlantic Canada, but I do know that Ubisoft San Francisco has reached out to a number of musicians and artists at all different skill levels. I know Jerry Cantrell, who's the lead vocalist, lead guitarist of Alice in Chains, like said something along the lines of, "I really wish I had this when I was learning guitar."
That's a pretty bold. That's a good thing to have said about your game at that point, you know.
Brendan Small, who Metalocalypse. I don't know if you ever watched that show.
Yeah.
He's got some nice things to say about it. So it's just
excellent.
like it's really cool to kind of see a strong fan community, and you also have the fan base of the entire original Rocksmith, who has been really, really looking forward to this. And like even just in the first few days, we've been seeing like amazing responses to it.
Excellent.
We already got we got a 9.0 rating on IGN.
That's a pretty good start.
Super great. 8.0 on GameSpot, 8.0 on Games Radar. So just the reaction has been really, really fantastic.
That's fantastic. What do you guys have that you're showing here this year at HPX?
Well, we actually have Rapeborn that was launched last year on iOS, now on the Ouya. And Ouya, as you know, is driven by Android in the back end. So we've worked very hard in the last year to add new features. There's level progression and skill unlocks and a whole new 3D UI system that was never in there last year.
Excellent.
And some of those were exclusive to the Ouya when we launched in August. And it works very well on the gamepad, and it transferred very, excellent to the controls, to having that direct gamepad control.
What's it like making or developing for the Ouya? Because I know I have one at home. I was one of the people that bought into it originally. I wanted to see how it would do when it came out. How is it to work with? How is it in terms of from a developer standpoint?
Yeah.
What's it like working with it?
You know what? For us to get it on the Ouya from iOS essentially was relatively painless, since we are using like the Unreal Engine. A lot of that stuff is kind of handled somewhat for us. What we had to do was making sure the performance was running properly to the hardware specs on the Ouya. And that took a little bit of trickery, like on our side technically, but you know, for the most part, it was pretty straightforward. And working with Ouya and the company, they're very good on their support. And you know, you can just go on Skype with them at any point and have any questions with them.
Nice.
So they're very supportive of the Indian team.
So you guys are here with your Paperboy experience, is what I'm going to call it.
Yeah, well, we call it Paper Dude VR, just for, you know, potential trademark issues.
Hey, Paper Dude is viable. That sounds awesome.
Yeah, but it is an homage to the original Paperboy, which is an old-time favorite of mine.
The Paper Dude experience is you have the stationary bike set up, and you've got a spaghetti monster of awesome cabling put together that you've got the Oculus Rift, the Kinect from Xbox, and basically a tracker on the bike itself. And you have all of that working at the same time to allow you to feel like you are the Paper Dude, correct? So can you explain just how that works?
Sure, yeah. The device in the back is called the Wahoo Kicker. It's a fitness trainer which you can normally buy for your bike, and it's made to work with custom-made iOS applications, basically.
Oh, okay.
So we hacked that thing to get all the speed data out of the bike and to send it back through to our application, which is a Unity app, which is a 3D world, actually inside the original, our version of it, Paper Dude, Paperboy video game. This idea came up once we had kind of combined all these things. It seemed obvious. It's like we need to create Paperboy.
This needs to happen.
Yeah.
Those are the best conversations, aren't they? You just sit around and then you realize you can make something happen, and then why don't we just do it?
I'm an emerging technology lead at Round Arch Isobar, and lately I've been working on wearable technology, glass in particular, but I've also been exploring smartwatches and all the different use cases that we could kind of use to push forward this technology. A lot of our clients will have great uses just internally in their businesses for wearable tech. And you know, whether it catches on with consumers or not, it's still up in the air. I really want it to happen because I absolutely love using glass in a day-to-day setting.
Do you see this, and I mean, I can think of numerous ways, being somebody who plays games myself. I don't know if you play any games yourself.
I love games.
Are you a gamer? Okay, so obviously you must have now thought, you know, how can augmented reality enhance a game and stuff? Have you been, as a developer, have you considered that avenue already?
Yeah, so actually a few weeks ago, I put together a proof of concept for Grand Theft Auto 3. I had just gotten GTA 5 on the PS3, and I always felt like I was looking at the GPS mini-map in the bottom left corner rather than
Trying
playing
to
the
drive,
game.
running over pedestrians.
Exactly.
Where am I going? And just like doing,
Yeah, just
causing chaos.
focused on that map and driving through everything else.
Exactly.
And I had GTA on the PC, and I knew that it would be a little bit easier to interact with it. And I hacked together a client-side app on the PC, a little app on Glass that would send the GPS HUD information straight to Glass, so that I could use it as though it was a normal GPS function.
That's pretty good.
On Glass, which I think is one of the best features.
And did it work as what was the lag time and stuff?
It worked really well. It was about 10 frames a second, which isn't tremendously great, but for something that wasn't made to be that way,
well, just hacked
it works
together.
as a great proof of concept. And
beggars can't be choosers when you have such things in your hands.
It worked. You could basically drive completely just focused on this. It was
that's good.
that smooth. You wouldn't want to, because that's the thing I was trying to get away from.
Yes,
but
but the ability to have that same game experience is totally still there. That was an absolute blast, especially Google Glass, and of course, maybe or maybe not, having a free massage. That's never a bad thing whatsoever. Big thanks goes out to Shayna and Jeff from Connect Digital Engagement for having us out there to Halifax Pop Explosion. It was an absolute blast. You're not going to want to miss it next year, I'm telling you. Now, before we take a break, let's go check out your local gaming events. If you have a gaming event you would like us to share with our viewers, contact us or post it on our Facebook wall. We would love to hear from you.